Alright, I'm gonna try to be quick here because I just ran out of time. But so I just got a new pile of wood chips. It's really, really nice smelling. This has got a lot of, I think, cedar. No, not cedar. It's got something else in it. But also a lot of apple wood, and you can just smell fermenting fruit from the wood. And I could not actually see the temperature of this for a while because my probe, from the surface level, you can bottom out the probe and it's not getting above maybe 70. And right now I'm passing 111 now. I just hit a spot where I shoved my shovel in and a bunch of steam and dust came out. So I thought that was really cool. I thought I would show you guys that. But I got this just this last week and I'm working on updating some areas. I skinned the top of the soil here and then put wood chips down to try to get it level so I can still close my doors. And I've been going along this edge, and my goal right now with wood chips is just to kind of cover up all the weeds on these edge margins. I'm keeping this section clear here because I want this to be all wildflowers. You can see these are all California poppies. But I'm gonna get all this section up here covered. You can see the potatoes here, so I think I'm gonna chop down the stems on this half. And then I'm going to wait for these guys to die down a little bit farther because I don't think they're done yet. And then I'm not sure when I'm going to harvest these. I know we're going to get a lot of rain here pretty soon, so I might do it sooner rather than later. But I'm just going to keep going, and I'm just going to finish up this whole edge here. And I'm going to try to cover up some of these mole mounds that I've been scooping the soil off the top and using it, just like all the stuff that I had down there. And I'm trying to find some spots to level out the yard in spots where I need it. And then keep going, covering up this. Look at that, we got some mushrooms growing here. Lots of mushrooms. And hopefully just keep building up the wood chips and building up the soil as a result. We've had a couple frosty nights come through this last weekend. And so far everything's been all right, but I pulled my citrus tree inside just to have a little bit of assurance. Really excited about these black raspberries here because they've been really slowly growing, but I've enjoyed watching the process because I got these from cuttings that I did myself. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, big pile, a lot more than I had last time. Just in terms of square footage, the same height pretty much, but definitely a lot wider of a pour here. So super excited, got a lot of work to do for preparations for winter. Look at these strawberries. Tons. I need to go through and kind of do like a trim and clean them out. Something I really like about them is that they kind of self-mulch with their leaves just because of the way that they grow. So all this stuff can realistically stay. It's just kind of hard to comb through them and look at them. And then these guys here are still pumping out new strawberries. I need to replace these ones just like I did these guys. I didn't do it by buying them. What I did is I just did crown division. So I pulled one of these guys up, I ripped off some live crowns, and I rooted them. It's a bit harder to do than growing by runners, but these guys haven't been producing any runners recently. And you can kind of see that since they've rooted and grown, I don't know if you can really see here, but it's all off of one little stem here. When you grow them in wood chips like this, I've noticed that the upper foliage grows really well and the roots grow really well, but the upper foliage doesn't really root itself as much because, of course, it's got the wood chips kind of acting as a barrier, and it gives them a lot more mobility, a lot more flexibility in their kind of growth habit, as opposed to some of these guys over here where these ones have been growing in the wood chips, but they have been they've been much closer direct contact with the soil. Like if I move this back here, you can kind of see that there is soil like in direct contact with it, and they haven't been flowering, so there's a bit of a growth disparity in terms of these guys versus those ones. But they've also been growing really nicely, and I'm really excited to get some good production out of them by next year. So that's just kind of what I wanted to show you guys. More wood chips. Plants are doing great. I hope you're all doing well in the fall, just prepping and continuing to do work out in the garden. It never stops. So